Hi everyone, welcome to the Athenaeum. My name is Rose O'Donnell. I'm the Gallery Director for the Art League Gallery and the curator of this exhibit. Together a small collection of work by some of our most outstanding faculty from the last 60 years, some of whom aren't alive any longer, but who still influence to this day all of the people working. We want to show the influence that the Art League faculty has, not just on their own students, but on the broader audience here in the Washington area and indeed internationally. The 57 works that you'll see on view here at the Athenaeum represent only a small fraction of those who have taught for the Art League and teach for the Art League today. I just want to talk about a few of those that are most significant. This first piece we see is by Chuck Johnson, who taught sculpture for the Art League for many, many years and influenced generations of sub-artists. Chuck died 1 month before this exhibit opened at the age of 90. This piece is by renowned artist Sam Gilliam. Gilliam was one of the first teachers for the Art League when we began our school in the 1960s over at our Cameron Street location. Sam is known throughout the world for his lyrical abstraction and was one of the founders of the Washington Color School movement. We're really honored to have this piece by Sam here in our exhibit. It's titled Ray Series and is from the early 1970s. This piece by Stovall, titled Sweet William, is also from the early period that we call the Washington Color School movement. Lou teaches today, and he has influenced generations of artists and still continues to do so. He's a beloved figure here in the Washington area, and we're proud to call him one of our former faculty. Hank Harmon, another well-known Washington area artist, also taught for the Art League School, we're proud to say. This piece by Hank, titled NC-LJ, is acrylic and crayon, and it represents the abstract movement that we have within the Art League, and you'll see many of our abstract instructors, too many to mention, represented here on the walls of the Athenaeum. Deanna Schwartzberg still teaches today for the Art League, and she studied with some of these early greats, and she started teaching for us many, many years ago. Deanna continues to influence and inspire her students, and her own work is extremely inspirational. This huge piece, 78 inches by 72 inches, represents some of her figurative work. We move now to Marsha Steiger, who studied with Lou Stovall. Marsha worships Lou and says he's one of the greatest teachers she ever had. Marsha Steiger teaches for us today, and you can see her work is going in a completely new direction, very exciting work. This piece by Danny Dawson shows the incredible range of our portrait and figurative faculty. Danny has taught for us since the early days and has influenced a number of other artists that you see here on exhibit who teach for us today, including Ted Reed, Rob Liberace, and Lisa Semerad. When we put this together, the way we looked at it was kind of like a family tree. So one of the roots of our watercolor program was Ted Betts, whose work you see here. Ted was inspirational to all of the watercolors that you see working today and many students that we still have taking classes with the Art League. Peter Ulrich, shown right above him, was studying with Ted Betts when Ted passed away, and Peter took his classes over and still teaches for us. This ceramic vessel by Dennis Davis represents just one of our early ceramics faculty. Dennis was loved by many, many people, and I didn't think we would be able to find any of his work, but as soon as I mentioned Dennis Davis to any ceramic artist, they jumped up and said, "Oh, I have a piece, I know someone." This piece was loaned to us by a local ceramic artist who studied with Dennis. And on the top shelf, we see a piece by Blair Murfeld, who is our current ceramics faculty lead. Blair is known all over the country, as is our ceramics faculty, and we just have a few pieces represented by this group because of the space limitations. You'll see works here by Susan Abbott, who teaches workshops for us, even though she lives in Vermont. She loves it so much she travels down to teach. We have trompe l'oeil painting by Patrick Kerwin in this part of the collection. We have a still life painting by Kurt Schwartz that goes beyond the traditional concept of still life. And we have a painting by our well-known instructor, Diane Tessler, who also travels from Indiana every year to continue to teach for us. You just see a small collection of many of the fine faculty that we have at the Art League, and it's worth exploring to see the other people that we aren't able to show on exhibit here. This piece by Mark Cameron Boyd features his well-known use of text combined with images from popular culture. Mark taught for us in the past and now continues to teach throughout the Washington region. This piece by our contemporary faculty, Carol Dupre, includes text but also some incredible images. This is titled the Baltic C Series. And Carol's work really creates a conversation between the viewer and the artwork that's different for everyone who views it, but has a very strong underlying philosophical message. Again, we couldn't show even a portion of the over 180 people who teach for us today and over 500 people who have taught for us over the last 60 years. We weren't able to include even half of our sculpture instructors. We do have a few pieces here, one of which you're looking at by sculpture instructor Brian Kirk, titled Gaia. This piece, made of welded steel, stands over 6 feet tall, and it's a spectacular piece, and it shows what you can do when you know what you're doing with steel and a welding torch.